Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this one we're going to be talking about how we just got the new two fragments and it just updated the Bonk Titan build and made it a lot better. So the way that this works is now off of Ember of Empyrean, so solar weapon or ability final blows extend the duration of restoration and radiant effects applied to you. So we're going to go ahead and buy these two. Ember of Char is great on Warlock, by the way, so obviously we're going to buy that one, but we'll talk about that in a later date. Really quick, we are going to meditate and we are going to update our build here on Sunbreaker, and we're going to show you what you're going to want. So I'm actually going to take off Ember of Singeing. I don't think this one is absolutely necessary anymore. What you should go for in general, I think, is go for Ember of Wonder now. So we're going to run that. And Ember of Blistering also is no longer necessary. So we're just looking for Ember of Empyrean, which is right here. You're going to have to juice up your resilience just a tiny bit more. And that's it. That is the fully kitted build. I would actually switch this nade also to a fusion grenade. But we're going to talk about why for just a little bit here. And why this is probably going to be the best PvE build in the game for a long time. So basically, super I don't think really matters. I have hammers on just for range, but this is very, very good in itself. Obviously, if you like Burning Maul more, go for it. This is actually getting a buff in PvE for damage, so maybe it is worth doing. I don't know. As for our Barricade, I'm running Towering just because it's bigger. Rally Barricade is also good, but I like Towering, so I use Towering. Strafe Lift, it's my favorite. Go faster, very nice. Throwing Hammer, obviously. Mini Bonk Hammers, this is your big boy damage, as you'll see. As you've seen multiple times, it's absolutely disgusting just getting a bonk and healing after picking it up and doing huge damage. And of course the fusion grenade, like I just switched on. Reason for, like, in the duality dungeon, you can actually close off a door, and you can close off two doors if it's open, but when you have the ability to. But it's very easy to get one door permanently opened in the final boss room, meaning you have to deal with half the ads. So that's always very fun to use. Soul Invictus, this makes the sunspots. When we step in the sunspot, we get restoration. So that plays into some of our fragments there. And we also get a damage boost, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, Roaring Flames, then, where when we get solar ability kills, stacks up 3 times, we get huge damage. That's what the mini hammer is for. And we're going to go into our fragments. New one being Ember of Empyrean. This one's really OP, like really OP, because when we sit into a sunspot, we get restoration, and as long as we keep getting ability final kills, we're going to keep restoration. That is ridiculously OP. That is really, 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 really OP. Like, I don't think I really need to go into much as to how, like, why it's so overpowered. But basically, you can have infinite restoration and infinite radiant. So that's an infinite, like, 10% damage buff and an infinite healing. So that's obviously juice there. You're going to want to run that all the time. You lose out on some resilience, but I mean, if you're a Titan, you're going to have somewhat high resilience anyway. Like, my stats don't reflect how it's going to be normally, so I'm going to try to juice those up to 10, like 10, 9 if I can. Then I don't really care what my discipline is at that point. Ember of Solace, this means it has increased duration. This gives us a bigger window of opportunity to get more ability kills, and with those ability kills, we will have, you know, just a longer duration of restoration and radiance, which plays in again to this. So we're gonna have more time to recharge the thing with a solar weapon or ability final blow. So super OP. And again, another thing, we have Ember of Torches. Powered melee final blows against combatants make you and your nearby eyes radiant. So every single time we get a bonk hit and a bonk kill with just the throw, that's going to cause radiance. And that radiance is going to be have increased duration, and it's going to be increased again because of Ember of Empyrean after just getting an ability kill. So these all chain together, and now you'll have infinite radiance and infinite restoration. So overpowered. And of course, using Ember of Wonder, so this rapidly defeating multiple targets with solar ignitions creates an orb of power. This isn't exactly like necessary, like in terms of like its actual ability, but the plus 10 resilience offsets the minus 10 resilience that we got from Ember. of Empyrean, so you get that offsetted like it didn't even happen, and you're still overpowered. And as for your like weapons and stuff, we all know Synthoceps, very, very OP, obviously there. And of course the tractor cannon, this gives us a suppression on whatever we're trying to kill, meaning we can hit for even juicier damage. But we're gonna go over our mods really quick. On this one, we're just running some linear scavs, assuming you're gonna use linears like I am, for things like solo duality and things like that. Powered melee combat, but we also have melee Wellmaker. Sorry, I should have said that first. So basically, every single time we get a or when we get a powered melee combatant final blow, spawns an elemental well matching your subclass energy type. So every single time we get a hammer kit hit, it's gonna make a well. And we have things like Wells of Ordnance, so it's gonna pick up that well and give us grenade energy. So we're gonna get that grenade back pretty quickly, which is also very fun. And causing damage with a melee attack, which is our grenade. So getting your grenade back, it's important to get your grenade back somewhat quick. The reason for that is because when you have your grenade, if you run out of hammers or something, or if something of that nature, you'll have other ways to cause roaring flames and things like that. Super, super good. Also, I have Glaive of Dreams, so when we run a glaive and I have Unstable Essence, it's going to be double that duration. This is like a must-have on the Galron boss, so OP. Right here, I am running, obviously, more linear fusion rifle scavs and reserves. Armor of the Dying Star, this gives us resistances to solar and void, and of course Well of Life. So when we pick up a solar well, we get regen, we get increased regen. Super, super good. And you're just gonna have so many ways of being alive in this. That's what's so fun about this build, is like there's so many ways for you to stay alive. In here, of course, again, linear fusion scavs. I have explosive well maker, so defeating combatants with explosive damage spawns a solar elemental well. Lots of ways we have explosive damage. This works with Sunshot if you use that, which also works with Ember of the Empyrean or Empyrean. So you can use Sunshot and keep your radiant stacks with that, and your restorations. Like you can keep all of that, and you also get the wells of the elemental wells. So that's really OP there. And here, I used to run 2 Wells of Life, but I took off one to put a Resilience mod and now Classy Restoration. So every single time we pop a barricade, we're getting Restoration. This plays into, again, Ember of Empyrean right here, and Ember of Solace, these two as well. And it's ridiculous. So we pop the shield, we get an increased duration of restoration, and with Empyrean we can keep that stack alive forever as long as we get solar weapon or ability final blows, making you virtually unkillable in PvE. It's absolutely insane. And I don't have like the exact guns on here that like you would want to use for PvE. Obviously you would want a glaive and then something else in this slot. I don't know exactly what that might be, but I do use Tractor Cannon. Tractor Cannon's really, really OP for this, mainly because you can, on Galron specifically, if you shoot him with the Tractor Cannon, have ×3 Roaring Flames, you can pretty much one-bang him for 1, and for 2, the second thing, pretty much you can one-bang him, and you're doing like 230,000 XP. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, you're doing like 230,000 damage per hit. Sorry, I said XP. Wow, I'm scatterbrained. Anyway, that's pretty much the updated version of the Bonk Titan build. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider a like and subscription. It would really help the channel grow. And thanks for watching, everybody. Expect a Zerg PSA, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.